What's up, everyone, and welcome to my 2025 Winter Wonderland video. Today, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about this event and how to get some really good stuff, especially if you're playing on Lost Colony, where loot is a little bit few and far between early game. I've seemed to have attracted a friend. We're going to ignore that as we do this intro. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about how to get Mistletoe and Coal, how to use it, what you can get from the different event creatures in Winter Wonderland, and most specifically, how to get a present from Raptor Claus. Excuse me, Mr. Mana. You know what? I'm not even gonna edit this out. I think we're gonna leave it like this. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you are sick of these gosh darn stinking manas interrupting everything you want to do in Lost Colony. Now that pesky mana is gone, let me walk you through the different parts of Winter Wonderland. The first and most important thing that you need to know about that is that there are ways to get items and loot from Raptor Claus and from other creatures. I'm going to talk about the creatures and stuff at the end of this video, but for right now, let's talk about Raptor Claus. Raptor Claus is really important because he can bring you some very wonderful stuff for the holidays. However, in order to actually get Raptor Claus to bring you a gift, you need to get Mistletoe and Coal. Now, there's a few different ways that you can go about getting Mistletoe and Coal, and one of them is by killing some of these holiday creatures. So as you can see here, we have a Grouch Pego, or I should say a Grouch Pego, and he's dead. Now, inside of his inventory, he took my bullets. Inside of his inventory, he has a Mistletoe and Coal. Now, another option is killing Reindeer, Santa's reindeer here. So they're really fast though, so you do gotta be careful. There we go, Santa's reindeer. I'm so sorry. You get a little bit more Mistletoe and Coal. Now, another thing that you can kill are these little elves. They are slightly aggressive though, so do be careful if you do try to kill these guys. As you can see, if you aggro them, they will come at you and they will actually shoot you as well. Yep, they shoot you with things. There we go. Oh, I need to reload. There we go. He got blown up down here. Oh, and now he's on the ground. So that was just to get rid of his sleigh. Now we have to actually shoot him here. These things are tanky. They're very, very tanky. And they will also drop some Mistletoe and Coal. Now there's two more creatures for us to look at. The first one is going to be Santa's Big Helper. And we're just going to go ahead and kill this guy. So if you kill this guy, again, you get a little bit more Coal and Mistletoe. All right, so the very last one and the best one, honestly, in order to get Coal and Mistletoe from is the Abominable Snowman. Now this guy is the hardest one. He has around 40 to 50,000 HP, as you can tell here. So it takes quite a lot more to kill this guy than it would to kill any of the other creatures. Now, I did actually kill one of these on our community server with just a wild tamed mana. So it's definitely possible. You just need to be careful because they do throw giant snowballs at you and it hurts. They can also slow you down if they hit you with said snowballs. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. And he did. All right, so if you manage to kill this guy, you get yourself 50 Mistletoe and 50 Coal. And there's one more way that I haven't mentioned in order to get Mistletoe and Coal, and that is by actually getting the gifts from Raptor Claus himself. Now, as you can see, Raptor Claus here, he basically spawns in the sky, and it's really cool because they actually replaced Rudolph this year with a Dread Mare, or Dread Stallion, depending on what you'd like to see. Now, they do spawn outside of the world border, so you can't actually fly all the way up to them, unfortunately. But as you can see, Rudolph is now a death horse. What is important to know with these guys is that there's a lot of really good stuff that you can get early game by getting these presents, and on official, especially if you're on PvP, it's probably going to be really dicey going for these. But when they land, they do give you some good stuff. Now, unfortunately, sometimes you get things like this where the presents go into the side of the mountain, into the mesh, which is really, really, really unfortunate. So we'll come down to this other one that we saw, which also has landed basically in the mesh. Cool. Love that. Thank you so much, Raptor Claus. I love mesh presents. All right, here we go. As you can see, we have a present. You open it up, you get something like a Ascended slingshot, but you also get some Mistletoe and Coal. As I said, I've got gotten kibble, which has been fantastic. However, it's kind of more of a rare item that you get. Once you've obtained mistletoe and coal, there's a few things that you're going to need to do. First and foremost, you're going to need a fireplace. You're also going to need a smithy. When you go into the smithy, there is a special holiday tab, and underneath that holiday tab, you're going to have all of these winter options. You can obviously use the mistletoe and coal in order to craft skins. You can craft emotes, all sorts of different things. There's also structures available. A lot of these are really, really new this year. Very awesome, very cool skins. I like them a lot. But the most important thing you're going to need is the holiday tree. So this does require 10 mistletoe in order to craft. As you can see, I've already crafted one here. And then you're going to place that down. It doesn't matter really where it is, but there's one other important part to this. You need to put a bed underneath it. This is the most important part in order for you to get your gift from Santa. Well, there's two parts. The first part is actually like turning on the ability to receive a gift. In order to do that, you're going to need a fireplace. Now, the fireplace needs to be powered, and then you also need to put in your mistletoe and your coal. Once you turn on the fire, you'll see that all of these are lit up. They cost 10 coal and 10 mistletoe each. The saddle will give you a random saddle. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be a Parasaur saddle, it could be a Gigas saddle. You really don't know. I don't usually use this one, but you may want to use it, especially on Lost Colony, where getting good BPs and stuff like that is quite hard. So actually getting good saddles is quite hard. But again, you've got a giant pool of saddles that it could pull from. Same thing goes with armor. I had a community member who got a Mastercraft hide shirt. You could get flak, you could get armor of really, really terrible qualities like cloth or hide. Honestly, if you're going to be going for armor, I really recommend doing treasure maps or Drakeling loot crates. That's my number one piece of advice if you're on Lost Colony trying to get stuff. The other one is weapons. This might actually be really good on Lost Colony because, again, weapons are kind of a little bit hard to get, at least early game. So this would be a pretty good option for you. And then the other one is going to be the dinos. Now, this is the one that I usually go for. You can actually get Lost Colony creatures. I have heard rumors that somebody on Lost Colony was able to get a Giga using the cryopods on Lost Colony. So maybe you get lucky and maybe you don't get lucky with the dino one. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll for a dino. Let's do a dino. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see that it says neutral. What this means now, let me go ahead and put out this fire. What this means is that you have to do things that are either naughty or nice. Naughty things include killing babies or killing herbivore type creatures. Basically anything that would be considered naughty. I have found that killing thralls also puts you on the naughty list, so don't go into the city and start fighting thralls. However, the absolute best way in order to turn this into nice, which is what you're going to want to do in order to get good loot, is by killing revenants. I've been killing them with snow owls, so it doesn't really matter what kind of creature you have, as long as you have something that can survive. Like if a gloon attacks you early game, you don't really have that much good stuff, right? So I will show you what happens with this Ocelot here. Obviously, I'm in GCM, so my creature is not taking damage. It absolutely will take damage from stuff. But as you can see, that bar is moving super quick. I'm currently mesmerized by this gloon. They're very annoying. They can get super obnoxious in these kinds of situations. But there we go. Can we kill these gloons? Die, you stupid gloons! You dumb gloons! All right. So as you can see, we're already slightly nice. It's moving pretty quick in the direction it needs to go. We only need to kill like maybe 1 or 2 more revenants and then we'll be maxed out. Looks like we've got a few over here chasing a Drakeling. And there we go. We are super nice. That's exactly what we want. So you don't need to stick around. You can just go ahead and leave. Now, once you are super nice, be very careful that, you don't kill anything that's going to put you on the naughty list, such as like a Parasaur or a baby or anything like that. I think actually taming babies also puts you on the nice list, which is really interesting. But this is definitely hands down the easiest way in order to get yourself super nice. Now, what are you going to do once you have fully reached super nice or super naughty? Well, you're going to go back to your Christmas tree and your bed. This is the important part. Now, I've had a couple people actually think that you need to have the fireplace on for this. You don't. All you need is a Christmas tree and a bed. Doesn't matter where it is, as long as you have a bed and a Christmas tree underneath it. And once you're ready for Raptor Claus, which he comes at midnight, so in approximately 15 in-game minutes, which goes pretty fast, about maybe 30, 40 seconds, a minute or so, we're going to go ahead and lay down here and we're going to wait for him. And you'll hear basically some music and the announcement of Raptor Claus's arrival at the top of your screen. Whatever you do, do not get off of this bed until your gift arrives. That is genuinely the easiest way to mess this up, is either by accidentally killing something and getting off of super nice, or by accidentally getting up too early. I have heard that it has glitched a couple times for some other people, but the most important thing is just being on this bed and staying on this bed until your gift arrives. Ah, there we go. Raptor Claus has arrived. And now just we wait for a gift. You'll see it pop up in just a second. It's usually about 20 in-game minutes after Raptor Claus's arrival. I think it's like 15 to 20 minutes. So at like the 20-minute mark, there we go. It's there. We can go ahead and get out of bed now. And we got a Moss Chops. Wonderful. Lovely. Now, what you need to know about these guys, oh, he's cryosick, whoopsies. What you need to know about these guys, though, is that they get all of their points into one stat. So this is a level 46. It's going to have 46 points into one of its stats. And it looks like the stat that it got is actually melee damage. So there you go. That is how you get Christmas presents from Santa. We're not done just yet. Let me kind of walk you through the process of using the Pego Grinch, the reindeer, and Gacha Claus. So the first creature we're going to talk about is the reindeer. Now this guy is pretty cool. They spawn all over, and most creatures don't really, like, I've never seen like something aggro to it. Once you have the rock carrots in your inventory, you can run up to it, and as you can see, it wants you to feed a rock carrot. And now you ride, and then you have to try and time this little mini game and press F with the carrot in the middle of the thing. We're flying. We're riding. Time remaining is 2 minutes and 44 seconds. You basically got to feed this thing carrots in order to keep going, and it flies you around the map. So just be careful. And every time you feed it, it gives you Mistletoe and Coal, which is pretty cool. You can't actually control it, which is neat. So just be careful that you don't go too high, because if you get kicked off, you'll obviously die of fall damage. So, oh gosh, does go faster the longer you're on it, which is really stressful. The carrot does seem to pick up speed, but this is a kind of a easier way if you don't want to kill stuff to... I missed it! Oh! I missed it. And then my deer is gone. The next creature that we're going to talk about that you can get things from is the Grouch Pego. Now, this guy, you can basically get things from him by putting a presence in your inventory slot. Now, I'm not exactly sure if he will only, if it just takes one, and then that one just counts as one, or if you can actually go ahead and put, so let's just go ahead and make 3 here and see if 3 counts, or if he has to steal from you 3 separate times, because when you get close to him, you'll see that there is a stolen gifts indicator. But this guy is kind of annoying to deal with, because he will steal your other stuff as well if you're not careful. All right, come here, Mr. Grouch. Come here, Grinch. Hey! Hey now! Excuse me? I've brought you presents. Okay, there he goes. He took my presents. All right, so as you can see, he's run off here. Oh, he only took 1. So yeah, he's going to have to take it 3 times. So you can actually stack these in your hotbar, and he'll only take 1 at a time. There we go. And he's taken my present. All right, what do you got? You can give me a gift. Hello? Mr. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that was very nice of him. Okay, so he gave me a Giga Heart, which is very interesting. And he also gave me Ascendant Fur Gauntlet. So that is actually very interesting. I haven't actually messed around with this guy this year, or really last year. I've only ever just killed them because they're super duper annoying. But that might be a very good way to get some gear and some tributes. And the last creature that we're going to look at today as a part of this Winter Wonderland update is the Gacha Claus. Now this guy is definitely a fan favorite. I used to use him a lot in order to get gifts and things like that. Now they work just kind of like regular gachas. You'll have to drop stuff and he'll pick it up. We've had people do, you know, some testing in the past with this, but I don't know exactly how it all works. I am just going to split all of this, and then I'm going to popcorn it in front of him, and then he is going to pick it up. All right, so he will sit here and he will eat this until basically there's no more. You could drop it as a stack, but he will eat more of it at one time. I'm going to just go ahead and fully drop the coal stack there, and he will eat that. So as you can see, it's down to 70. It went from 90 to 70, and now we are just waiting. It's down to 50. See, he eats a lot more of this at a time than he does like the individual ones over here. We're now almost completely out of coal. That was 90 coal that he just ate without giving me a single gift, which is a little bit annoying, sir. You should give me presents. I want presents. I was a good girl this year. Give me some gifts. I'm gonna pick these up just because they do have a despawn timer, so just be careful with that. You just need to feed him Mistletoe and Coal, and he will drop a crystal off of his back. Yes! Okay, we got lucky. All right. It did drop off. It just took him a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna open this. And we got candy and decorations. That's what we got. We got candy and we got holiday lights. Yeah. Gacha Claus was kind of a stingy Claus this year. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did find it useful, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.